Valley Club, one of the biggest decisions in Marvel Strike Force is deciding which characters to build and which ones to skip. Unless you're spending a ton of money, there's only so many resources to go around, so investing in the wrong character or wrong team could be a devastating decision for your account. So if you want to avoid months and months of frustration, I got the answers for you in this video. And as usual, we're counting down the best free-to-play characters to farm right now in Marvel Strike Force. And if you're ready to join me for the reveal, then you know what to do, Valley Club. Find that like button and let's go smash it. And welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. I hope your day is going amazing. In this video, we're going to count down the best characters to farm in Marvel Strike Force today. Yes, the meta is always changing, so this list is always changing. We do this every time we get some new characters that are come farmable. But before we get to this list, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Strike Force content. We have at least 5 Marvel Strike Force videos per week on this channel, usually more. Reveal videos, countdown videos like this, news videos, everything you're experiencing in Marvel Strike Force. Well, let's start this video by talking about the characters that are not going to be on this list. We needed to draw the line somewhere, so if these characters are available on a node or a store, they are going to be eligible, with some certain characters like Hulk, Wolverine, Mr. Negative that you could farm every single day. They're eligible as well, but these characters are not. So our Dark Dimension characters, even though with characters like Kestrel, Ultron, you may be getting them before some of these other characters that are on this list, just for the sake of consistency, everyone from Kestrel all the way to Mephisto is not going to be eligible on this list. Also, the characters that are not farmable, the newer characters, Cabal, Mercs for Money, Alpha Flight, are not going to be on this list. But as usual, the ratings in this list is going to be based on the versatility in multiple game modes. But of course, the most important game mode for me and this list is Arena. This is where you're going to get your power cores, which can benefit you in every single game mode. Then the raids, then Cosmic Crucible and War. That is how I value these game modes. If you value these game modes a little bit different, your list may look a little different than mine. But let's move on from these list of great characters that are not eligible for this list. Let's clear this off and talk about the characters that just recently became farmable. As I've been recording this, they just became farmable as of yesterday. Black Knight went into the Crucible store. Very, very good. And with your Crucible credits, make sure you start building up Black Knight because he's one of the best characters in the game right now. Starbrand, also part of this Out of Time team, available in the Raid Orb and in the Raid stores. So hopefully you had a bunch of Raid credits saved up and you have Starnak right at 7 stars. And Cosmic Ghost Rider recently became available in the Spotlight Orb. So this should rotate based on the Spotlight raids and what you and your alliance are doing. But let's start this list for July of 2024. Newly back on this list at the number 10 spot is Spider Weaver. Great character, kind of fell off of this list, but is back on based on the value in Cosmic Crucible and War. You're not really going to use Weaver in Arena or the raids, and is not a great Dark Dimension pick either. But if you like Cosmic Crucible and War, mainly Cosmic Crucible, Weaver's value got increased this past season. And I'm finding I'm using Weaver a lot more this season in Cosmic Crucible than past seasons recently. And what makes her so good? Well, she starts off with a very early stun. She has a stun and a trauma, also adds safeguard, but what it does with the T4 adds 5 more charges. And this is important because while this character has charge, lower the accuracy by 110% or 100% for all enemies. And when an enemy misses, she's going to lose 1 charge. So the more charges you have on Weaver, the harder it is for your enemies if they don't have unavoidable attacks. When this character is attacked or a Tangled Web is attacked, gain 1 ability energy for this character with the T4. So I think that is a good thing. You're normally pairing Weaver with 2099 because Noir is usually on other teams, but very, very good character. And if you don't ever really built up a great use in Cosmic Crucible, you can farm this character on Incursion Node 3-7. And as far as the best ISO 8 class for this character, 78% of users on MarvelStrikeForce.com have Striker attached to Weaver. Back to the list, moving up 1 spot from last month is Neymar. Yes, the only farmable member of the Cabal leader. Iron Patriot should be farmable next month, but as of right now, Neymar is the only one farmable, which is why he gets a nod on this list. They're great in Cosmic Crucible, the entire team, and they're also pretty good in War, but mainly you're building up Cabal for Crucible. And the current rules that we have in Crucible benefit Cabal and Masters of Evil. And because Neymar has that Cabal tag, yeah, he is benefiting a lot from this season. And Neymar synergizes very well with Cabal and Cosmic Crucible. Pretty good in War. Don't only have a use for them in Arena or the raids, but I do plan to bring in the total Cabal team into Dark Dimension. Not because they're good in Dark Dimension, but because they're going to have extra value later on in Cosmic Crucible. But he is an option for Dark Dimension if you're not in there yet and you value Cosmic Crucible later on. Now, one of the big things that he does is this ultimate, attacking all enemies, 250% damage through flipping 3 positive effects on each target. But the good thing about this, reducing speed bar of all enemies that have vulnerable by 40%. If you're pairing with Cabal, Iron Patriot gives vulnerable to the entire team with his special. So you're pretty much giving a big damage, flipping positive effects, reducing the speed bar. So this is a great ultimate, and this passive is strong as well. The T4, it adds damage to the entire team, 20% more damage to Cabal and Fantastic Four allies. So I think this is a great T4, especially if you are serious about Cosmic Crucible. If you want to start to farm Neymar, well, he's in the Blitz Supplies and in Doom 4.9, and the best T4 according to the users on MarvelStrikeForce.com. 80% of you have Raider attached to Neymar. Back to the list, also moving up one spot from last month is Vulture. Now, he did lose some value in Arena with the resurgence or the emergence of Old Man Logan in Arena, so you don't really see Vulture anymore, but he did gain some value in Cosmic Crucible, gain some value in War, and because he's such a cheap character, is a great option for Dark Dimension. He has a very, very solid kit. And one of the best things about his kit is his ultimate. It does a big AoE attack, reducing the speed of the enemies by 25%, more damage if targets are below 50% max health. His special is usually what you're opening with, clearing 2 positive effects from each target, attacks the primary and adjacent targets, applies offense down and slow. Very, very good attack. But this passive is great as well. The T4 on enemy death or ally death, filling speed bar by 15% all the time, and 25% drain for self and all Sinister 6 allies. This is a great character, especially if you're serious about Cosmic Crucible and War. Very, very versatile in both of these game modes, and is just a beast. Now, if you want to farm Vulture, he is available in the Raid Store and the Raid Orb, and 65% of users on MarvelStrikeForce.com have Raider attached to Vulture. And coming in at number 7, moving down 4 spots from last month, is the big bad Kang. Now, Kang is still a great character. Nothing really changed about him, but a few characters gained a little bit of value, moved ahead of him, and Kang lost a little bit of value in Arena with the emergence of Old Man Logan. I'm not really seeing Kang on offense, and he's not really a great 5th for that Old Man Logan, Super Skrull, Black Knight, Apocalypse combination. Doesn't really do too much on defense or offense, but is still a great character for Cosmic Crucible, great character for War, and is one of the characters that I'm bringing into Dark Dimension Cosmic. Moving on to his kit, seeing why he is such a great character. Well, I think every time I think of Kang, it is this big ultimate, the Kang Bang, attacking all enemies, 300% piercing, clearing 3 positive effects, reducing speed bar, and characters killed by this attack cannot be revived. Usually this ultimate is what you're doing to counter Cosmic Crucible teams that feature Dormammu or a villain's room where characters can revive. This is usually what you're trying to play around, but his passive is a great passive. This T4 is required, I think, on spawn, on offense, fill speed by 5% for self and all allies. This is going to help him preserve life even after the Masters of Evil goes out of the meta. Kang is still going to be in the meta because of this passive. He's going to be great in winning those mirror matches against a lot of teams. He has a lot of damage and is a great, great character. And if you want to farm Kang, he's available on Incursion 3.8, and 83% of users on MarvelStrikeForce.com have Striker attached to Kang. At number 6 this month, also moving down 1 spot from last month, is Green Goblin Classic. Now, this is a awesome, awesome character. One of the best characters in the game, but did lose a little value with his current season in Cosmic Crucible, which is why he dropped a little bit the last time we had this list. And he's dropping 1 more spot this month because of Old Man Logan, and not really seeing any Green Goblin Classics in Arena right now. Still very, very good in Cosmic Crucible despite the rule change that we had, and still a great character for War. And when I think of Green Goblin Classic and why I fear him the most when I see him on defense, it is because of this ultimate, clearing all barrier and all enemies, big AoE attack, 150% damage, even more if any target has safeguard. getting heal blocks, reducing the speed, clearing charge. With the T4, you're going to add trauma to the target as well, and you're going to repeat this a couple extra times. So very, very strong move. If you want to do the empowered basic or in the powered ultimate, you're gaining 2 more charges as well. And why that's important? Well, at the end of this character's turn, if he has charge, he's going to counterattack, attack the enemy and adjacent targets 150% damage. Also, you're going to apply defense down, flipping speed up, flip 2 additional positive effects and negative effects for those targets, and then you're going to lose a charge. The T4, well, when this character has charge, ability block and vulnerable cannot be applied to self or any Sinister Six allies. This is a strong character, and even though he did lose a little value based on where he was last month, still one of the best characters in the game. If you want to farm him, he is a permanent legendary or semi-permanent legendary. Comes back every 2 weeks or so, and 90% of users on MarvelStrikeForce.com have Raider attached to Green Goblin Classic. At the number 5 spot this month, moving down 1 spot from last month, is Black Cat. Still a character involved in the arena meta, still a great choice for Dark Dimension, still involved in Cosmic Crucible, and actually is a little bit more important this season in Cosmic Crucible because Secret Defenders are more of an offense team than a defensive team, and they're mainly used to counter teams like the Superior Six. So Secret Defenders got a little bit of a boost this month, and one of the reasons Black Cat is such a problem is on her special, she has a very early stun, applying bleed, stun, disrupted, and does a bunch of damage, also copying, clearing 3 positive effects. And this helps her counter a bunch of teams like the Spider Society. She also has a very, very strong passive. What it does is clearing revive once from all enemies, gaining 1000% extra focus, and if any enemy had revive once, she is going to gain that revive once. So very, very strong moves, and allows her to counter rooms like the villain room with the revive once for villains, also counter Dormammu teams. And the Secret Defenders, like I said, very good at countering the Superior / Sinister Six on defense this month. So she's great in Arena, she's great for Dark Dimension, great for Cosmic Crucible and War. Every single game mode except for the raids is we're going to use Black Cat. And if you want to farm her, she is a permanent legendary character like Green Goblin Classic, comes back every 2 weeks or so. And 96% of users on MarvelStrikeForce.com have Striker attached to Black Cat. And at number 4 is the biggest mover this month. Moving up 4 spots from last month is Nightcrawler. Mainly this is because he had some increased value in Arena and some increased value in Cosmic Crucible because of Old Man Logan. Is a beast on defense and is pretty good on offense with the synergy that he has with Old Man Logan as well. You need him for the raids as part of the Extreme X-Men team. Good in Cosmic Crucible on defense, same thing on War, and is a character that I am building up to bring into Dark Dimension as well. So pretty much every game mode you're using Nightcrawler. He is such a good character, like I said, because of that Old Man Logan synergy. And a lot of starts with his very early opening move, the special. Attacking the primary target, 340% damage, stun, bleed, exposed, and if charged, fill speed by 20% for self and all X-Men allies. So yeah, he is gonna get some turn meter for Old Man Logan. These bleeds also give turn meter for Old Man Logan and really screws up a lot of the turn order that you're expecting from some other teams. So Nightcrawler, great character. His ultimate is devastating as well, and if you are unlucky enough to have this go off on you from an enemy Nightcrawler, I hope you survive and can still win that match. But on spawn, he's gaining these charges, apply evade to self and all X-Men allies, which includes Old Man Logan. The speed of this character with the T4 can only be reduced by slow, the speed of this character and allies as well. So he makes a turn order a little unexpected, and that could cost you the entire match if you're not planning for all that stuff. If you want to farm Nightcrawler, he's available in the Crucible store, and 90% of users on MarvelStrikeForce.com have regular attached to Nightcrawler. Moving on with this list, at the number 3 spot, moving down 1 spot from last month, is Ghost Rider Robbie Reyes, one of the best characters in the game. Now, he is still involved in arena meta. Great character for Dark Dimension, can pretty much handle that city section of Dark Dimension, whatever Dark Dimension you're doing because of the bleeds. And yeah, he's such a great character. The turn meter that he adds is great for Cosmic Crucible. And like Black Cat, gained a little value because Secret Defenders are a little more of an offensive team this season in Cosmic Crucible than they were in the past. So yeah, everywhere that you could bring him in, he's a great character. Not in the raids, and he is a little bit above Nightcrawler because he has a little bit more value in arena than Nightcrawler does. And when I think about the kit of Ghost Rider Robbie Reyes, it's all about those bleeds and all about those charges. Both are from his passive. When bleed is applied to an enemy, fill speed bar by 10%. So that is why he's getting a lot of extra turn meter. And on any turn, if this character has 5 or more charge, which he's getting by getting an ally attacked, he's going to attack all enemies, 150% piercing, clearing 2 positive effects, applying bleed and disrupted. Characters killed by this attack cannot be revived. He's going to lose the charges and start all over. This is a great T4. Lower the resistance of bio enemies, including Super Skrull, 100%. Lower the counter chance for bio enemies with immunity by 100%. And he also has an ability block on his special, huge AoE attack on his ultimate. This is a strong character. If you don't already have him built up, do it now. At number 2 this month, valuable in every single game mode, but did move down 1 spot from last month, is Void Knight. Yeah, so still is in the arena meta with Old Man Logan. That early ability block is kind of devastating to some teams. Still using the raids, and Hive Mind is still required for the incursion raids, so Void Knight is still required for those raids as well. Great in Cosmic Crucible, either on offense or defense. Hive Mind is kind of in both places this season. Great in war as well. And this is a character that I am bringing into Dark Dimension. Taking a look at his kit, it is all about the ultimate for me. Pulling all enemies 2 spaces towards the primary target, then attacking the targets within 2 spaces, 250% damage, flipping positive effects, which includes sometimes Black Knight's taunt on all targets, flipping positive effects on Spider-Verse enemies, and ability to block to the primary targets in the raids. It's a little better, but you're mainly using him outside the raids and simming in the raids, or at least that's what I'm using for this character. He also can heal himself, Hive Mind allies when an enemy takes damage from bleed. It's a great character. A lot of it is about this ultimate though, but the ultimate is so strong. I think that brings him into that number 2 spot. He is available in the Spotlight Raid orbs, not in the center pillar, so you're not guaranteed that 5 drop. Hopefully sometimes he goes to another store, you get a lot more reliable farming from him, but 92% of users on MarvelStrikeForce.com have Raider attached to him. Back to the list, I think it's no surprise that at the number 1 spot this month is Black Knight. Yeah, he is so valuable every single area that you could use him. Can't really use him in the raids, but if your skill team dies, your Spider Society dies, well, you can bring him in as a backup character. But great in arena, great in Cosmic Crucible, great in war, great character to bring for Dark Dimension as well. Taking a look at his kit, why he is such a good character. A lot of it is about his passive. On spawn, he starts with taunt, defense up, immunity, and 5 charges. And what the charges do when an enemy attacks this character ally, if this character has charge, does not have exhausted, clearing barrier on that enemy, attacking that enemy 30% of this character's max health. Enemies killed by this attack cannot be revived, clear immunity on that enemy, apply heal block, trauma, 3 bleeds to the enemy, lose charge. This attack is unavoidable, cannot be blocked, gains 1000% extra focus. This is the ultimate Super Skrull counter and is countering a lot of other characters. There are solutions to deal with him. Old Man Logan, Void Knight. Yes, there's more and more solutions that are going to be coming up, but at this time, I still think is the best character to farm in the game. Yeah, this passive is great. This ultimate is great as well. Big attacking with this ultimate. He's a slower character, so he's not going to be doing a lot of attacks, but what he does very well. Recently, yesterday, became available in the Cosmic Crucible store, so if you're not working on other characters, Black Knight is a character that you should run, not walk to build up. And because we don't want Black Knight to die, 90% of users on MarvelStrikeForce.com have Fortifier attached to Black Knight. So that's the list. There are a few teams / characters that I do want to mention that have a lot of value, but didn't quite make the top 10. Quicksilver, Miss Marvel Hardlight, Nova, the Eternals, Bifrost, Pegasus, Extreme, Hive Mind, Superior / Sinister 6, Morgan Le Fay, Red Hulk, and the New Wars. And if you don't have Apocalypse, the Horseman teams are also very good. Hopefully you got some value from this video, and if you did, leave a like. It is free for you, tremendously helps out the channel. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this list, and if you want to see what are the best characters taken to Dark Dimension, check out the video up there, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin out.